rage quitting. Fuck rage quitters. All right, so Street Fighter V currently has no punishment for rage quitting. Rage quitting is when you disconnect right before you're awarded a loss. It happens commonly in fighting games. It also happens in sports games and things like that. Basically, you literally pull the plug on your internet so that you cannot register a win. It registers a disconnect. Now, a lot of games have some sort of protection for this in place. Mortal Kombat X, for instance, does. If you rage quit, your character explodes in a bloody mess and you're awarded a loss, which is goddamn hilarious. So Street Fighter V doesn't have any of that right now. They are working on a more permanent solution, but right now what they're doing is they're combing through the top players, looking for people with 80 to 90% disconnect rates, and
80 to 90%. Holy shit!
And they are dropping them severely in their league points. Now, league points is how Capcom is keeping track of the best players, and I'm assuming it's how they're going to be doing the Pro Tour, how they're going to determine who they invite to the Pro Tour. So there's only two people who have, I think it's Super Platinum, which is the highest rank you can get in online. You need something like 10,000 league points. Now, keep in mind that when you lose a match, you lose league points. So that requires a considerable amount of consistent wins. So one of the people who has Super Platinum is called T.S. Sabine, and I'm not particularly familiar with all of the professional fighting game players, but he is well known. Okay, so that makes sense. Apparently, they did not find any issue with his score or anything like that. But then there was someone named World_Combo who is not known and is out of Japan and had an extremely high disconnect rate. Now, what this means is, since you can lose points by losing a match in fall, this person probably disconnected every match that they were about to lose, sure, and only kept the matches that they were going to win to keep their league points up. So what they did was they took this person overnight. After they announced that they were going to start punishing people with for rage quitting, this person went from over 10,000 league points down to about I think like 800 something league points.
Wow.
Dropped right back down to a bronze. So I'm glad I always feel good about these stories. I love it when cheaters get their
people
due.
Shouldn't cheat at games. Board games, video games.
It's a fucking game. How are you having fun if you're cheating at it?
I always hated people that were cheating at like first-person shooters using wall hacks and shit like that. Just fuck yourself.
I just don't understand how that's fun. I have no idea how that's a good time.
But why couldn't Capcom program something like this in beforehand?
I don't know.
How hard would it be to look for the disconnect and say, all right, we're going to dock you points?
I feel I honestly, it's different from Mortal Kombat, where the points aren't necessarily linked to something, I guess, as quote-unquote important as being part of the Pro Tour. However, Mortal Kombat's way of doing it is, I mean, it's blunt, but it's elegant. You get a disconnect, you get a loss.
And there are ways to figure out if disconnect naturally via your internet going down versus someone quitting.
So I'm assuming that that's what they're working on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should have been implemented from the start, like so many things in Street Fighter V.
So like arcade mode for once.
Yeah.
For one. I mean, so Ian, yeah, I'm sorry I quit on you that one time. I pro wrestling. I was.
You were caught up in your emotions.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping for 37 hours straight.